There we go. Okay, here we go. So welcome everyone. Welcome to all of those of you that are watching us on Facebook and those here live with us in Haza to Magnet Marketers, where our goal is always to help you become a magnet with your marketing versus being a bullhorn. Before we dive into what is the social media masterclass, just a quick introduction to myself and my awesome co-host, Mike. My name is Jessica Phillips with Now Marketing Group and the Relationship Marketing System, here to help you create repeat referral business with your ideal audience. And as always, my awesome co-host, Mike Gingrich, president of Digital Hill, co-founder of the popular apps Tab Site, Loftio, published author extraordinaire, and also the founder of a nonprofit, I Give Global, where he lives and breathes by the philosophy of always being uncommon and always adding value. Welcome, Mike. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing well. I'm doing well. If you saw me, I had a busy weekend, and so I'm still recovering from the half marathon, but raised money for a good cause there. Run for refugees, and the thing I'm most proud about is that I didn't just feel like I completed the 13 miles. I felt like I was able to race the 13 miles, and that felt good to be out there. And mile 8, I pulled off my fastest mile of the whole thing, and I still have no idea how and why that one, was 11 seconds faster than some of the others, but it felt good to race.
Yeah. That is crazy and amazing all at the same time. I've done a 5K here and there, but never a marathon. And I always look at, individuals that are able to complete that and just the dedication, the training that goes into it. And just, this is how many marathons have you ran?
No, this was my first half marathon. So this one was taking it to another level for me. And yes, it did take dedication, particularly to train in winter here in Northern Indiana. I've posted on Instagram some horrible training pictures of rain, snow, wind, cold, nutso stuff that I kept going through to get where I was, and it all paid off. I did it. I succeeded well, and I'm still walking. I'm still doing well. So.
I've heard horror stories of people that do like the triathlon and they like lose toenails and stuff, not to get gross, but like horror stories. That does not sound fun to me, but it was for a good cause, right? You were raising money for your nonprofit?
I did, yes. Yes.
That's very cool. So did you meet your goal with that?
We didn't quite meet the goal, but we were able to raise some good funds that are going to help those, and fresh stories of good stuff happening. So just pleased to be a part of it.
Yeah, and I think it's drawing attention even more to what you're out there supporting, and this is only just the beginning. I know that you've done other things like this in the past where you've given back and truly lived through your philosophy of adding value and being uncommon. So kudos to you.
Thank you.
So
thank you.
All right, so thanks for sharing that with us. And thank you again all for being here as we dive into this social media masterclass. So Magnet Marketers, for those of you who have joined us for the past year and a half, which it's been a year and a half, it seems crazy, through the evolution of Blab to Huzza to now who knows what, right? Because Huzza is going away. They were acquired, which congratulations to them. That's exciting. But we'll be diving into another tool until Facebook rolls out to this co-person broadcast that we've been holding our breath for waiting to happen. But we'll still be here with this weekly Tuesday training course. However, we know and we've received feedback from others that I need this information. This information has been valuable to us about what to do with social media and how to make it impactful, and the magnet marketer's way of really serving over selling and adding value. This is all very helpful information. But as a business owner, as a solopreneur, as this person that's really trying to make an impact with their marketing, they really need a training course that brings it all together, right? Because we're not the only ones out here pushing out, live training videos. There's lots of people out there who are truly doing an amazing job rocking it online. And our goal is to help those individuals that have reached out to us, and to help potentially you or someone that you know get training in a way that's going to bring all of this together, all of the social media and relationship marketing and magnet marketing philosophy all together into one training course where you can become a certified magnet marketer. So I want to answer some of the questions, tell you more about this that I'm talking about in this social media masterclass, and who we have joining us to be a part of this masterclass. So this is above and beyond just what we're doing on Tuesdays. Tuesday's going to stay here. We're still going to have this conversational approach to different topics. But this social media masterclass is going to be hands-on, how to, straight into it, actionable tactics that you can learn to really impact your social media marketing and your online marketing as a whole, and put it into practice right away. So super excited to talk about this.
Would you say that, what we do here on Tuesdays is really kind of like a coffee break, so to speak? We're at a coffee house kind of thing. We're getting together and we're talking about a topic. We're giving some insights in that, 30-minute time period kind of thing, where what we've heard is that there's a demand for the detail as well. Okay, it's like somebody's like, yes, I know that, but I got a couple questions and I want to go deeper on that. So that's what this is. This is kind of the meat and potatoes and almost smorgasbord, because this really covers A to Z for online, with the unique bent of our magnet marketing. So how do you become a magnet, not a bullhorn just shouting down at people? So I think you say that kind of classifies it maybe in the, the food restaurant realm kind of thing.
Absolutely, yes. I really like the way that you kind of described that. What this is lots of people are out there, and us in general, talking about a topic, telling you what you should be doing, but not necessarily showing you how to do that or walking you through those steps. We're saying, hey, you need to, amp up your LinkedIn, and here's some things that you should be doing, and just throwing all these solutions out to you, but not really showing you, here's how you do those solutions. Here's step 1, here's step 2, here's step 3, cutting out all the fluff and really showing you how to strategize, how to put things into work and execute that plan. And that's what this social media masterclass is going to do. So we have taken a unique approach to this. What we've done is think about, as a business owner ourselves and as a marketer, like, how should someone start to plan a strategy and execute it in the fashion that's going to make the most sense, to be the most impactful, and kind of compounding their efforts to really get that momentum going, to really make it a complete success. So we've organized the course to be structured in that way, and pulled out who we knew was really dominating that subject and that could really dominate that training on that particular area. So we broke it up. Right now we have 35 different little training nuggets and we've handpicked, selected individuals that can really speak to that area specifically. Hands down, there's lots of great trainers out there, but hands down, these are just some ones that I knew personally that have helped me in marketing, that I knew that I could definitely trust and put into this group that could really help and impact others and bring them the same level of success.
Yeah, no, and I think so number one, we're covering the topics that you need, and I mean, there's different pieces out there where you can get this, you can get that, but this is detail. So I mean, we're take Facebook for instance. We've got multiple things here. We got Facebook ads, we got Facebook live video. We've got Facebook contests. We're covering all these pieces about how you can use those, and then we're kind of going beyond that with some branding pieces. We got some excellent pieces in there, and then we're going beneath that. Once you've got them from Facebook, how do they get into a funnel, and what do you do with them there? So I like the total breadth package that we have here, and I don't know now if it's the time to talk about the differentiator, how it's delivered, but I want to get to that at this point. If I don't want to rush you on that piece. No,
so let's talk about how it's delivered, and then the classes that you will receive and who's a part of this, right?
Yeah.
So, because I'm super excited to start telling you, because I couldn't even believe it. Like when all these people are sending me their presentations, I'm like, oh, they're part of this. But anyway, so how this will be delivered, because I've been there where I've signed up for a training class and I've fully intended on being there, and something came up. A client meeting ran over, right? Or you had to choose between attending this training class or closing that sale, right? We've all been there. So
we're busy.
Yeah, we're busy, right? Everybody's busy. So what I decided to do with the Magnet Marketers is to record these video training courses, right? That are recorded, showing you how to execute this particular topic, and delivered right into your email inbox. 3 videos a week. So it's, you're not overwhelming. I'm not giving you all of them then you go in and log in and you're not sure where to start, or you jump ahead, whatever. I'm giving you 3 videos a week directly into your inbox that you can play right within your email.
Boom, stop right there.
Right within your email.
Not just a link. It's not just a link.
No.
I got to go somewhere and log in. But
remember my password and all that. Yeah. You have to remember your password. What was the link again? And then search through emails. And then by the time you had searched, you already have 10 other emails you got to take care of, right? No. This is going to be delivered right into your inbox. In your email, you will see the training topic title, the presenter that's bringing it to you, and then the video. You can push play and stop, pause, whatever, fast forward, rewind, right within your inbox. So you can watch the training course there. Below the training course will be nuggets and takeaways and resources to dive deeper into that subject matter. And then a link to a support group with all the other trainers, attendees that are a part of this. So maybe you've watched this video and you have questions, or you want feedback or clarification. You have access to all of us to get that. So it'll be delivered directly into your inbox. There'll be 3 videos released each week. And you have access to replay these videos, go back, revisit it. Maybe you have a coworker kind of sit in and watch this with you, right? You can have them sit in, watch it with you, and do this video, and you have access to it for 365 days. So 1 year, full access to this video to watch at your convenience, any time of day that you want.
Yeah.
That's how it'll be.
So I think that's a key differentiator, just because I get overwhelmed with a lot to do, and yet one thing that I'm going to be consistent with is I'm always going to address my inbox on my email. Okay, so you're sending them to me there, and I don't have to go anywhere, but I can click and watch that video. 45 minutes, right? Roughly 45 minutes.
Yeah. Some videos are shorter, some videos are longer. Most of them, on average, are right around 45 minutes. The key was, give me everything that I need, no less, no more, to cover this subject matter. And that was the only, rule, kind of requirement, was give me exactly the nuggets that I need to cover the subject matter, no more, no less. And to break it down at, a 101 to advanced level. So if things are needed to be kind of broken up in a 101 and then an advanced level, we've split that into 2 separate trainings. So you don't have to feel like it's going to be too advanced for you or too 101 for you, because we've set things up if they're one-on-one, to say one-on-one. So there's one on local search engine optimization, what you need to know. And that's broken down at a very beginner level, local SEO. And then there's the next step of, okay, now what do you need to know with content for your SEO to improve it there? So it's very much broken up into nuggets to where it'll meet you kind of where you're at with resources to go back to.
Excellent. I like that, because I think the approach is great there, with you know, some bite-sizable nuggets, but enough to really get into that meat. Like we said, the building blocks, the key things, what you need to do. And I like the delivery method. I think this is unique. I think this is valuable. I think it can help a lot of people. It's what a lot of small businesses, a lot of marketing managers have been asking for. So magnetmarketers.com is where it's at.
Yeah, I mean, I was actually just called today. There was a business and they said, we don't have a marketing budget, but I was put in charge of marketing and I know enough, but not enough to be impactful, I guess would be the right way that he was trying to describe it. And he said, I know this sounds funny, but I know you do marketing ongoing, but can you train me to do my job, basically? And I was like, absolutely, you know, and we do these trainings actually at Now Marketing Group 2 times, well, actually once a month in person, and then other times, of course, online. But someone needs it in a fashion that they could go back and replay it. And I think that's what this is giving, and showing you what it is we do, and really giving you that straightforward, quick tip advice. So let's go through, if you don't mind, some of these courses that will be discussed, and who's presenting them. So the very first thing that we'll have, the very first video that you'll receive, is just what it means to be a magnet marketer. This is just the philosophy, and with proven statistics and kind of a future look at the year 2020 and what is said to be working, and as it relates to online marketing, and how you need to be thinking about your tone and your messages with your marketing, and just overall in your approach to really focus on serving over selling, right? So it's a quick introduction. That video is going to be right around 30 minutes long. And then we're going to go straight in to identifying and setting up your goals, and how you're going to measure success with social media and your online marketing in general, and who you're going to be trying to attract, so you can set up your buyer personas. So you have all this foundational groundwork already ready. So when you start learning each course, you can start putting it into action on that level with that course. Okay. So I'll be delivering the welcome and the buyer personas and how to identify what's coming in 2020. And then next will be my good friend, Phil Pellin, and he is going to be talking about how to bring your brand to life. So you have complete control over the first impression you give, but you need to make sure that it's a memorable one, especially when it's online. So he's going to talk about how to tell your story in terms of your online brand that recreates that in-person experience that someone should have when they meet you in person. So he's worked with people and projects all around the world. I mean, he's talked in Paris, LA, you know, everywhere, on personal branding. He's known as like this personal branding expert, and Phil Pellin's going to be bringing his A game to this training course. I watched his video and it's spot on. I think even as a seasoned marketer, that video alone is one that we could all go back and watch and really get a lot from each time you watch it.
Excellent. Yeah. No, I think, I mean, we've had Phil as a guest here, and just a lot of value he's ready to bring to the table there. He's done it all his life. So yeah, keep going, because Dr. Bennett's up next, right? And I'm
yeah, you want to talk about her?
Well, I'm just excited. I've never really met her personally, but I see her online, and I like the topic there. You know, so hashtag be worth following. How to be different and influence people in a crowded social world, because that's how to be different, man. That's what I talk about. You know, add value, be unique. You know, and she's gonna preach it. She's gonna talk about that, how to be different, and do that to stand out in a crowded social world, because you know, the volume of content has just continued to increase. There's a lot of noise out there, and so you need to find out how to break through that. And so that's why I like a session like this because it's it's not like Twitter specific or Instagram specific, but it's in that thing that we all need to be aware of. There's within each of those, how do I break through noise? What's the differentiator for that? So I can be different and unique.
That's the key. Anybody, you can watch YouTube videos or go to a blog and find out how to make a post on Twitter, how to make a post on Facebook. But if your message doesn't cut through the noise, and if it doesn't stick, and if it doesn't attract your right audience, and they don't care what you're talking about, then it doesn't matter how many tweets you send, how many Facebook posts you send, it's not going to work. And it's so funny that both of us have found Jen online and so many others that she never met in real life, but she was practicing what she's preached, and she's been worth following online. I feel like I know her. Like, I feel like I know her. I can tell how sweet she is and just, great she is. And I feel like I get a sense about her. And because she's practicing what she preaches, and she's telling others how she's done that. So she's going to spend a few minutes, she says, spend a few minutes on any of the major social media platforms, and you'll find that many leaders in the business are on a journey to find how they can build their influence, both online and offline, in order to positively impact the world around them. They want to live their life in business, and they want it to count for something. And during her session, social media and communication specialist Dr. Jen Bennett shows you how to build a digital footprint that will ultimately help you build your real world influence. Jennifer will help you cut through the crowds in social media so you can be worth following and create a lasting influence and legacy, which I think is super cool.
Absolutely.
So Logan, he was also on our show. I don't know if you remember. He was one of our earlier ones in the Blab days when it was just taking off. I think he was officially on the show when you could invite in guests and just have them kind of pop in and out. But actually, I'd met Logan in person at HubSpot's Inbound conference a couple years ago, and was just blown away with his knowledge of content and how to write content for every stage of the buyer's journey. He was working for an agency at the time and really help not only transform that agency, but transform the clients that they were serving through his knowledge of content and how to write. He's since moved on and started his own business, just specifically focusing on content and writing content for the buyer's journey and for search engine optimization. So he's going to talk about how to write for every stage of the marketing funnel, because there's different types of content that you need to write according to where people are at in their journey. So he's going to talk through the strategies and tactics for writing in every stage of the marketing funnel. Why? Because most advertisers and business owners only write content for the bottom of the funnel, the sales funnel, right? And at that point, a lot of people they're tuning out because they're not ready to buy. So he said this means that they're missing 80 to 90% of consumers just by focusing on the bottom of the funnel, that final close, versus kind of nurturing and warming them up, which means you're only getting 2% conversion rates compared to what you could be getting. So in his course, Logan will show you how to finesse internet strangers into loyal customers with content marketing, specifically focusing on SEO, the keywords that you need to have into your blog articles. He's going to show you how to research for your niche specifically to find your match. He's going to talk about blog writing and the art of doing that to attract and educate and entertain your audience. He's going to talk about the conversional kind of content. So how to move blog visitors down the funnel into getting into that sale. He's going to talk about your tone and your format, why it matters, and how to write in a way that appeals the online customer, and the types of content, which content to use at each stage of the funnel. So how to differentiate, what to know, how to know what to write and when to write it.
Wow, thrilled with that one. I think that what I like is we're talking funnel, and I'm all about that with my game plan book and that type of thing. So we're helping people. Again, that's the big picture thing. Is you gotta understand the strategy, and you gotta have that kind of funnel. Now he's talking about writing at different stages. So this isn't just social media, folks. This is content writing, things that copywriting, and for your emails, those types of pieces. So very excited to have the breadth of what I see here.
Yeah, because ultimately we're trying to get people off of our social back onto our website to make that sale, right? And and, you know, into our blog. We're trying to capture those emails. I mean, emails is kind of where it's at. And in order to do that, you have to have compelling content that draws them in. And the content that you're going to be writing on your website is going to be different probably than what you're writing on your social media. So he helps break it down. And I'm super excited. But there is a social media one with writing content. I don't know if you want to cover the next one with Kim.
Yeah, so I think, again, Kim is talking funnel, but she's talking specifically social media marketing funnel. And again, that's going to be how to create a personalized social media sales funnel that's going to attract your ideal audience. Okay, so, and she's tying it into growing your email list. And so there's a sales focus there, but again, it's talking about funnel, but it's related specifically to social media and weaving these pieces together. She's even going to talk about how $5 a day can explode your list and your sales. So a little, you know, some investment returns in those pieces. So, you know, Kim's been delivering goods for quite a while, and excited to have her on board for the course for sure.
And by Kim, we mean Kim Garst, guys, like the big deal. Kim, like, she knows her stuff, and she knows how to bring down the house and really give you impactful nuggets and how-tos to really turn those social visitors into website visitors, and more importantly, into conversions, so you can start building those relationships for repeat referral business. Next, we have April Havens Woodcock, a personal friend of both of ours.
Yes.
She is fabulous. If you guys have not met her, she is a really great person to know. She's awesome. April, she knows her email marketing like no one else that I've met. So email marketing that's working today is what April's going to be covering, and she's going to go deeper, not wider, and how to use your most valuable asset, your client list, to facilitate the 3 R's of business: repeat sales, client retention, and how to drive referrals. So she's going to show you how to learn to grow your business 4,300%. Yes, 4,300% with effective email campaigns. I know she spoke at Social Media Week Lima last year. We're having her back this year because it was just so well received. And she talked about the #1 app that people are using on their phone. And while this is a social media masterclass, your #1 app that you use on your phone is email, and how impactful that email can be. So she's going to talk about, you know, how to really cut through the noise and get into the inbox.
Yep. And I'm excited to have my friend Juan Felix from the Netherlands as part of this as well. So, you know, Juan is doing some great things. He does a lot of content, social media community management for, you know, some big names, Mari Smith, the Social Media Examiner, those types of things. So he knows how to manage social media posting and content and community, and he's going to be sharing on how to create a content calendar that maximizes your social media exposure. So he manages calendars for a number of big brands and companies, and so you know, being able to have him break that down into what he is doing, the process he's going through is I think you know, going to be wonderful. Things like knowing your audience, discovering what content resonates with your audience, you know, taking some of that guesswork out of that, content sourcing, how to set up content creation and curation, because it's not just all about sharing your stuff, but it's sharing value and weaving things in, being the go-to resource. And he's going to talk about that, how to schedule that, you know, the balance in that, and then how to measure it. You know, you got to be able to tell whether you're doing that's effective or not. So I'm excited to have Juan on board and bringing the goods from the Netherlands.
Yeah, and hopefully you're seeing a theme here, because I started everything off with the foundational work, right? Foundation, getting your content calendar in place, you know, making sure your email's ready, your content's ready, all of these are ready before we get into the social media trainings on how to amplify everything. So all of that foundational work is being laid out first and foremost. And Jenny Brennan's helping with that. She's going to talk about 6 things you need to know before spending any money on Facebook ads. Before you hit that quick, easy boost to try to put your content out there, she's going to talk you through this 45-minute session on walking you through the vital steps that you need to before spending any money on Facebook.
Yep.
One of the biggest mistakes that businesses make is jumping onto Facebook ads before thinking out the strategy. Find your ideal audience on Facebook, how you can target them, and you'll know your ideal audience because we'll do the groundwork ahead of time in the buyer persona session. And then she's going to talk about the content that works for the desired action that you're trying to do. And then talk about some tools, some free tools that are available to you to really assist you in creating the compelling ads that will convert. And then she's going to break down why your business should be using Facebook ads, how to find and target your market, ads manager versus power editor, so you can weigh the pros and cons, see which one's right for you, compelling content that converts, how to split test, and then some testing secrets there, and how to set up those conversion pixels to really track and measure what your Facebook ads are doing.
Yep. No, I just realized here that we're not going to get through this list.
No, I know, but we get some teasers at least out there. So I'll quickly mention a few others, and then maybe we'll hit on a couple that really stand out. Brian Carter, we've had him on the show as well, but Brian Carter is going to be talking about Facebook ads specifically for small business. He's had phenomenal success. Anytime I work with a client on Facebook ads, I always bring up Brian Carter and his methods. Very super creative, hilarious. So he brings that humor to his training session.
Absolutely.
But he's going to be introducing you to some of the most important tips and tactics that you need, and some pitfalls to avoid. The biggest mistakes that he's seen that are stopping companies from getting the business that they need from one of the powerful marketing magnet tools on the planet, which is Facebook, because so many people are there.
Yep.
Really quickly, I'll mention Pam Moore, and then we can dive into some other. Pam is great. I love Pam. You've probably seen her online. If not, you love attending her session. She is super smart and super bubbly, just a great person. But she's going to be talking about micro influencers, what they are, who they are, I should say, rather, how to connect with them, and what some of the big brands are already doing. But it's not to say that even the smaller solopreneurs cannot do the same thing. So who are micro influencers, how to find them, how to partner with them, how they have their biggest impact. So Pam's going to be breaking that down for you.
Yep. No, and I think, what I'm most excited about is we're covering some leading edge things too. So bringing in Carlos Gill, from Real Talk, and he's doing great things with Snapchat. And we have Vincent Orlico, coming in from Phoenix area there, also talking about using Snapchat. He's going to be on the custom geo filters. So, this is kind of one of those, leading edge ones, and how can it be used, the why, the how. So Carlos, Vincent, spot on with that, I think, and very excited that they're going to be bringing in, practical things on how you can use Snapchat, how you can get into geo filters, tutorial in the geo filters. So that's going to be all there. But when I said leading edge, I mean not just Snapchat leading edge, but I'm talking, VR, AR with Kathy Hackle coming in. I mean, virtual reality, augmented reality, that's leading edge. So the introduction to that.
Yeah, and how you can get started and not be afraid of it.
Yep.
She talks about 360 videos. She's been on the show before, but she breaks it down in an easy way to understand, and to where you don't feel scared of this. But it's something that's here. It's it's better to grab hold of now.
Yep. And you might not be ready for it with your business yet, but you need to be educated on it so that you can trend with it, because it's coming and it's getting easier, and there's pieces along with that. And so if you're serious about marketing and serious about being forward thinking, it's one to be educating yourself on. So glad to have that one in here.
Yes. And I just realized how many powerful women that we have in this lineup. I mean, powerful people all together, just great. But the next two women need no introduction really, but they are Jen Herman and Subi Zimmerman, both talking about Instagram. They are the Instagram masters, if you will, but they're going to be talking about two specific things on Instagram. One's going to be talking about Instagram stories, which is Subi. And if anybody's watched her Instagram stories or seen her on Snapchat or YouTube or anywhere, you know that she knows her stuff, and she really gets those action takers and activators for her content. So Subi is going to be breaking down Instagram stories, and the lovely Jen Herman is going to be talking about Instagram marketing, how to build the right audience to drive revenue specifically. And even though we're driving revenue, we're still doing it in a way, and she's breaking it down to a way that still focuses on that magnet marketer's tactic of drawing people in to you, attracting them to you versus being a bullhorn.
Yep. We've got Pinterest covered. I mean, we've got a couple of speakers on Pinterest, and I know we've got YouTube with Owen Video. And I mean, so we're really covering the key networks in that. So I think that there's something for everybody to be able to drill down into, again, practical, doable, tactical, that's going to help you. And I think that, YouTube, just thinking through Owen's stuff here, he's talking about with a crash course for small business, he calls it. I mean, who can't handle up in their game with the second most search engine out there next to Google, YouTube, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. Owen Video. By the way, we're going to post a link here as we're talking about this. It's just magnetmarketers.com. We do have an early bird special going on right now. And it's crazy what we're giving this away for, but it's $99 right now until March 1st. And then that's going to go back up to the $350 cost, but $99 right now, the early bird for the first 100 people that signed up. And that is going on right now at magnetmarketers.com if you're interested in taking advantage of this. So Tyler Anderson will be talking about brand authority through podcasting, which his podcast is ranked #1. But podcasting, another way of really getting out there and getting people known with your brand, and how he's used podcasting and how you can as well. Ravi Shukul will be talking about the 9 fundamental rules for 5-star experiences on social media. We've talked about this a few times on the show about reviews, and the future of business and marketing in general is all about creating that experience. So he's going to be breaking that down. Andy Crestodina is going to be talking about SEO for business and how social media plays a role in your search engine optimization.
I can't wait for this one. Just send it to me now.
Yeah, right. I know. I watched it already. I gotta take some sneak peeks, and it's some really good stuff. Mike, you want to talk about what you'll be talking about?
Hey, I'm growing leads with social media. So, basically trying to break down, a strategy for using social media to target the right audience, to engage them, ultimately to kind of get them over to your website with a unique offer, and get them into an email nurture funnel. So growing leads with social media and contests, because I got a lot of experience with a tap site background, Waftio background on sweepstakes, photo contests, all those pieces, timeline contests. And we're starting to see, I think, a little bit even more resurgence of contests on Facebook and the role that they can play. And so there's value there for lead capture with contests. So I'm excited to, I've already recorded the video, but I'm just excited to get it out there to you on those pieces related to that.
Absolutely. Vivica Von Rosen, the LinkedIn expert, will talking about what she knows amazingly well is LinkedIn myths that are killing your bottom line and how to bust through them. So she's going to be covering all the topics on LinkedIn. So if you are a business, LinkedIn is where it's at, especially for B2B. Donna Gilliland is going to be talking about social media protection plans. So how to cover yourself from anything that could be going on to social media so you can stay protected, especially if you have a team that's working on your social media with you, or even if you don't, even if it's just you need to be protected and make sure that you think through, a social media protection plan. So she's brought in a lot of research and information to this, and how you can craft a social media policy both for now and into the future. Wes Schaefer, the sales whisperer, will be talking about social media sales, how to grow revenue using social media, and some best practices that he's used. Chad Pollitt will be talking about content distribution on social media, so how to separate and also how to get some press on that. We have another one on press, not to skip ahead, Antonio and Steve Dotto, but Melanie Diesel will be talking about how to create content your customers will love and how you can get some press on that. So she's worked quite a bit in PR. She'll be talking about that. You want to talk about Antonio and Steve?
Yeah, well, I was just going to say Antonio, along with Christian Karasavich in there together doing some each unique sessions, but on Facebook. So Antonio is going to be talking about ROI on Facebook. And again, if you don't know Antonio, he's in Spain. He is with Ads Espresso, which was just purchased by Hootsuite.
Yeah.
And they're all about the ROI. And so he's taking a look at organic versus paid content, multi-step strategy, but basically, taking a look at how you can get that return on investment, and then even beyond that, the metrics for the long run. When revenue is not everything, you need to take a look at how you're building that community, so you're building towards future sales and all those pieces that come together, though. So that's another one. Like I said, we're tackling from all angles. What's happening? What's leading edge, and that's where Christian's coming in with Facebook Live video, because that's hot, that's relevant, that's new, that's what businesses need to be taking a look at today, and thinking through how are they going to use it, because you need to use it, because that's Facebook's telling your fans they're live, and so you want to be using that type of tool. He's going to go into that piece. Video kind of segues me back into Steve Dotto then, who's going into video analytics. So Steve is best known for his incredible YouTube channel and his Dotto Tech Tips, and he's grown a massive subscriber list on YouTube. But he's going to talk about some of the analytics, what you need to be looking at, and how those pieces can impact your strategy, how you can use what that's telling you to create new videos, and because video is a game that you need to up today.
Yep, absolutely. Deepak Shukla, he's going to be talking about how he generated $15,000 worth of work solely through LinkedIn, and how he's getting a lead a week, a solid conversional lead a week using LinkedIn, but using still the relationship marketing tactics, magnet marketing tactics to do that. And then Ross is going to talk about another magnet marketer, but Marketing Magnets is his name. It was so funny. We met through the magnet thing. We drew it together, but he is a pro on Twitter, and is going to be talking about how he has used Twitter to grow his influence and to grow his business. And then Dr. John Bennett is going to be talking about our greatest threat to turning our goals into actually action steps. So things that we are, sometimes it comes in the way of actually us completing some things that we're really trying to get. So he's going to actually be talking about stress. So by the time all these videos are done, you're going to be full of ideas, and you're going to be wanting to put them into action. He's going to talk about really ways of reaching your goals systematically and avoiding some of the triggers that cause us to pull away and drive our attention somewhere else. And we let stress kind of take over, and then nothing gets done, right? So he's actually going to be toward the end talking about stress and how to, really get into the mindset of completing your goals and turning those into action steps, so you can build this full circle and really make a plan that works for your brand and produces that ROI that you're looking for.
Hey, I love that one, just because you take a look at it. If we bust our tails and end up burnout, was it really worth it? What do we have to show for it? We don't want to leave a trail of destruction. We don't want to be destroyed in the process. A lot of us are type A's, and we go after it. But I like bringing this in to help us think through, how do you do this in a realistic fashion? How do you accomplish, but not, destroy yourself in the process?
Exactly. How to do all, when we're posting online, people can kind of get a sense of our mood and how we're feeling at that time, if we're doing it right? So I think that plays a huge role into making sure that we are, becoming the best magnet we can be to attract the good things to us, versus if we're putting out a lot of stress, you don't want to attract more of that to you. So really bringing it in on full circle with all the things that really truly do go into a social media plan that you may not think about, but all these things really have to come together. The other video that's not mentioned in this is that we'll be talking about some social media apps. That's actually a part of each of the segments. We're going to list out some apps to really help you throughout that process of putting these into action. So we're going to talk about some social media apps that you can that you can use to really help amplify. Lots of free ones, lots of tools and tactics that we use to get a lot done without spending a lot of extra money on doing it.
Yeah, so there it is. I mean, we had to buzz through a number of those, but
yeah,
you know, I think that that's some good stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So you have access to all the videos for a year, delivered directly into your inbox. So you can watch them at any time, go back, review them, you know, and it's built and sent to you in a systematic way. You're also introduced to a Facebook community to where you can bounce questions and ideas off of one another, and we're all here for support and to answer questions while you get through this journey of creating this social media plan for your business.
Yeah, don't shortchange that one and go over it too quick. Yeah. I think that's a huge value right there. Asking questions, right?
Absolutely. I mean, I've had several people that have signed up already, you know, asking me questions right now. And, you know, just even through email, I mean, you do have direct access to my email, but we'll be joining a Facebook community so you can get feedback from others. I mean, that's a huge part of growth, is just having a community of like-minded individuals all after the same goal, that you can really be there for support and for encouragement and to ask questions and just to see what's worked for others. You know, you can ask feedback and get some feedback there. So that's all there. It's at magnetmarketers.com if you're interested. Love to have you. It's just something that's been asked of us, and we wanted to deliver it. And I'm so thankful for everyone else that was willing to put in their time and effort to bring this together for you, for, you know, the solopreneur, for the small business, for that marketer that is wanting to know how to do their job better. This is who it's for. And right now, early bird pricing, $99 until the end of this month.
Yep. No airplanes, no lost time in travel. And I mean, you know, you're checking your email, so it's there. And, you know, you've got a lot of opportunities. So just excited. This is, you know, this is our 30-minute sessions on steroids with a whole bunch of people, great people brought in to deliver the goods.
Absolutely. So, yeah, check it out, Magnet Marketers. Let us know what you think. Let us know if, you know, you have feedback too or questions about the course. We'd love to help you. And if you decide right now it's not, you know, something you can do, we'll still, you know, be here every Tuesday for you, but really hope that you will consider it and check it out, because we want to make it reasonable for everyone. But
absolutely.
Wow, that went really fast. 15 minutes. Boom, boom, boom. Hit those people. So, but I thank all of you for joining with us today as we broke down what it means to be or the social media masterclass. And I just remembered that I didn't tell you one of the biggest things of it, though, before we close, is that there is a certification at the end. So that's another differentiator, that you'll be able to take the test at the end of this course. We put some questions there, you know, so you can show your boss, your manager, or just hang it up yourself on your own wall, that you have taken the course and you really understand this material. So you'll be certified.
Your LinkedIn profile. I mean, there's spots where you can, yeah.
Absolutely. You can show that you've taken, you know, training from some of the greats out there that are really well known for this subject matter, and you say you've completed this course and you really understand that material. So definitely something that you can do at the end. You'll get you do have to take the test. It's optional. You don't have to take it, but it's optional, and to make sure you really, you know, understood that material and become a certified magnet marketer. So with that, I will end. But,
there it is.
Yeah.
We'll be back same time next week.
Yes, and so Huzza kicks us off. We'll be joining you with Huzza, but we're actually getting set up on another tool, but we'll still be streaming here live on Facebook to you next Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Until then, we wish you guys a happy Valentine's Day. I don't know if I made a heart right, but something like that. Happy Valentine's Day, and we wish you and yours a great rest of the week. Thanks so much for joining. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you. Take care.
See ya.